Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel if you haven't been here before, and if you haven't been here before please subscribe to be a part of the bilingual family. There are children playing outside. I'm not going to be angry at them because they're children and I like that they're playing outside, but just so you know, if you hear something, it's children playing. For today's video I have an Instagram chooses my makeup kind of video, and this is kind of like one of my favorite things to do because I always pick some products from my collection and then I present them to you guys on Instagram in a poll, and I'm basically like, choose which one I should use in each category. And I just really like doing that because it kind of gives me an insight into which products you guys really want to see instead of me just picking them and doing a video. Quick disclaimer, all the products will be linked down below in the description box so you can shop through those links. Those links are affiliate links, which means that I make a small commission out of them, and I'm very grateful if you use them, but don't feel pressured into using them. Thank you so much. So we're gonna tie the hair back and we're gonna start the video. For the first step, I asked you guys to choose my foundation, and you had the choice between the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream and the Nobla Skin Realist. So these are two foundations that I really like. So 71% said the Nobla Skin Realist, so this is the winner. This is actually quite surprising for me. I was expecting more people to want to see the e.l.f. one, but we're gonna use the Nobla Skin Realist today. I zoomed you guys in a little bit because I really like to show my skin texture and what makeup actually looks like, so that's why you're pretty close to my face. So yeah, you guys chose the Nobla Skin Realist, which is basically like a tinted moisturizer, but they describe it as a tinted balm because it has a little bit of a balmy consistency. It has a certain kind of elasticity to it, and it's not the most pigmented formula out there, and I feel like this is one of those very rare foundations that actually hydrates your face. It's a little bit yellow. I have the shade One Fair, which is like the lightest shade in their range, I believe, and this is a very light shade, but I would say if you're very fair to kind of wait until they do like shade extensions. In terms of the undertone, it's obviously a little bit yellow. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna use a brush today because I cannot find my sponge anywhere, so I'm assuming that I forgot it in my dorm. But yeah, I went back to my dorm for the month of July, and now I'm back in this place again for like a month. So yeah, I had to move for like the infinite time. Anyway, that's a long story and why I don't have my sponge with me right now. I'm only gonna apply a very light layer of the Nobla Skin Realist because I don't really need anything else, and I'm really feeling that kind of like very medium coverage kind of day today. So this is the Nobla Skin Realist. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks quite glowy on my skin. Next up for concealer, I gave you the choice between the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Concealer in the shade 130N, and I also have, again in my collection, the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. So I gave you the choice between these two. I actually repurchased my Catrice one again. It has been a long time since I repurchased it, but this is one of my all-time favorite concealers. I didn't repurchase it for quite some time because I just had so many concealers, and then at one point I only had two, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna repurchase it again because I love it so much, and it's one that is very trustworthy for me. But let's see which one you picked, shall we? So 86% of you guys said the Rare Beauty one. This is something that didn't really surprise me because it seems like whenever you put a Rare Beauty product in a poll, it gets picked because like the brand is really popular. I also used it in my previous video, if I'm correct. This is supposed to be a matte concealer, but I would describe it more as a satin. Like on my skin, it's definitely more of a satin kind of finish. I'm just gonna use this brush. This is from e.l.f. and it's their buffing foundation brush, and I'm just gonna use that to buff in the foundation. Let me know down below in the comments if you like this kind of zoom. I know a lot of people, you know, are used to the very behind, you know, the kind of zoomed out scene, but I don't know, I just really like, especially like when I see other YouTubers doing this like very zoomed in kind of close-up, I just like it because it gives a more realistic view of how the makeup is sitting on the skin. Okay, so concealer and foundation are done, so I have to check actually before I use powder if there were any cream products chosen with blush, bronzer or highlight. So I gave you guys a choice between the Vive Modern Matte Bronzer, which is this one right here, or the Essence Hello Good Stuff Matte and Glow Bronzer, which is this one, or the cream bronzer, which is the Iconic London Sheer Bronze, and this is what it looks like. The majority of you guys have chosen for the Iconic London one, so that is the one that I will be using today, which is a cream one, so thank God I didn't put powder on my face. And funnily enough, we're gonna use that same e.l.f. buffing foundation brush for this bronzer. So this is the Iconic London Sheer Bronze. I don't really remember why I purchased it and or like how I purchased it or when I purchased it. I know that I purchased it recently, but like the reasoning for it, I don't really know. I don't know if anyone was talking about it, and that's why I bought it. Yeah, I have the shade Sunkiss. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop a little bit on the back of my hand, a little turd if you would like. So this is what the shade looks like. So the reason why I put it on my hand first and then on my face is because I found that whenever you put it on your face directly, like just like dots for example, it kind of dries down. Where you put it is kind of visible, so that's why I don't do that. So I just take my buffing foundation brush and then we immediately blend out this color. For me, I already went up a shade or two, I think. I don't know how many shades there are, but I didn't take the lighter shade because I knew from, yeah, I watched someone use this and they said that it was extremely sheer, which is why I went up a shade, I think. Yeah, that's why. And again, you want to make sure that you're tapping this product in instead of like smearing. Yeah, the shade is probably not my favorite one, but I really like the formula because I find that it's very easy to blend out and stuff. So that is the Iconic London Sheer Bronze in the shade Sunkiss. A really nice kind of sheer product, as is mentioned in the name of the product, and I really like the way that it looks on my skin. It has a little bit of luminosity but not too much to become like overwhelming for a bronzer. So now we're gonna take a look at blush because I also have a cream blush in there. Gave you the choice of the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and this is the shade Turks and Caicos, and then I also gave you the choice of the Patrick Ta blush, and this is the shade She's So LA, which is more like a it's a close one, or it's like almost like a close one. So 85% of you guys said the e.l.f. one, so that is the one that we're going to use today, and I'm actually quite excited for that because I really like the e.l.f. one. So for this one, I'm just going to take a brush from BH Cosmetics, and this is the shade Turks and Caicos. Like I said, it's a really nice like peachy but very light peach with a little bit of a pink undertone, and it's a shade or like a blush formula that I really like, and I actually put it in my top 3 favorite blushes. And obviously I am a blush lover, so I pretty much put it everywhere. So that's the blush of my skin tone. If you want to know more, or if you want like a more in-depth review of this, go to my top 3 favorite videos where I explain this formula in detail. So I actually have one more liquid category where all of the products are like liquid or cream, but those are highlighters, and I know that both of these work on top of powder, so I'm actually first gonna do powder because when I powder there's a chance that it will take away the shine, and that is not what I want to do. And like I said, these work on top of powder, so I'm gonna do that later, and we're first going to powder my face. For powder, I had the choice between the wow, the choice. I have 2 powders. I have 2 powders in my collection, and that's all I need. But I'm still gonna give you the choice. But I gave you the choice between the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder, which is this one, and also the Kosas Cloud Set Powder in Airy, which is this Lilac-y Compact. Ooh! This is the majority, like, this is a surprising one. I was not expecting this. So 76% of you guys said the Kosas one, so that's the one that we're going to use today. So we're going to use the Kosas Cloud Set one, and I have the shade Airy, which is I believe the lightest shade in their range. So I don't see like a line or a clear demarcation or like mark where I actually put the powder, so this is almost like the perfect color for my skin. a very, very, very finely milled formula that does never, ever, ever, ever looks dry. And it's my favorite formula. And then I'm lightly setting the eye area. Because my skin is relatively dry today, I am not going to set the rest of my face. So now we're going to quickly do the eyes, and I gave you the choice between my two project pan palettes. And it's funny to me because I don't have any other palettes with me right now because I forgot to take my palettes with me. So you have the choice between Juvia's Afrique and the It's My Pleasure from Colourpop. It was a tight race, but with 57% Juvia's Place won. So we're gonna use Juvia's Place today. But for the eyes, I also included an eyeshadow topper, and that's from these two from Colourpop. So I have Mycelium, which is like a, what is this? Coppery taupey one, and I have Like a Moss, which is like a greeny one. So I'm gonna check which one you chose for that one as well, so I can coordinate my look a little bit. Y'all chose the green one, so the green one is the one that we're gonna put on the face today, which is so good because I love that shade so much. And because we're doing more of this greeny thing, I am leaning towards like these greens right here. So first of all, I'm gonna go in with the green shade of this palette. So I'm just putting that in my crease. But to deepen this up a little bit, I'm gonna use this shade right here, which is called Cameroon. And we're gonna put that on the outer corner of the eye. And then finally for the matte shades, I'm gonna take the shade Bintu, which is this cranberry one, and we're gonna put that on top of the brown. It's gonna give it even more of a little bit of depth. It's gonna turn it just beautiful. And then I'm gonna take that brush again that we applied Cameroon with, and we're just gonna blend out, and then we're just gonna blend out that Bintu shade with that brush. So that's it for the matte shade. So now we're gonna take Like a Moss. Look at how absolutely beautiful this shade is. It's like a green with a golden reflex. I love it so much. And we're gonna take that just on the finger, and then we're gonna place that, and I'm basically just applying this everywhere, but mostly on the inner part of the eyeball. And that's with a finger. And then I'm gonna take this Nabla brush, which is like almost like a flat shader kind of brush, and we're just gonna pick up a little bit more, and then we're gonna apply a little bit more with a brush and kind of blend that out. So I'm quickly going to do my brows and the mascara part, so the lashes part off camera, and then we'll come back to do the lower lash line. So lashes and the brows are done. I also applied a touch more blush because I felt like once the eyes are done, you kind of have a new look on your base, and you kind of sometimes need to add a little bit more bronzer or blush, and I felt like this look needed a little bit more blush. The last step that I want to do, I was thinking about doing a lower lash line, but I actually like the way that it looks bare, so I'm gonna keep it like that. So obviously I have powder, I've done my eyes, we've done all of that. I'm now going to do the highlighter. So I gave you the choice between two very liquidy beautiful highlighters. I give you the choice between the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Elevated Glow one or the Essence Glow Glow Go highlighter. 62% of you said the Lisa Eldridge one, so that is the one that we are going to apply. I'm actually quite excited for that. This is beautiful. I'm actually going to apply a little bit on the, no, I'm just going to apply a dot on my face, and then we're going to blend it out with a finger. So that's all. That's all you need. And then with a finger, oh look at that. And it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just to really elevate the glow everywhere, which is, you know, a good reference considering it's called Elevated Glow. I want to look glowy today. So that's the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow one, and I have the shade Cosmic Rose. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, this doesn't need any explanation. I mean, just look at it and you know. So lastly, I have lips. Unfortunately, I did not put up a poll for lips, for the simple fact that I only have one lip product with me right now. For the same reason that I said before with the eyeshadow palettes, I don't have any other lip products with me apart from this Essence Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss, and this is the shade Gold Dust, which surprisingly does actually match this look a little bit. So this Nabla Cupid's Arrow, this is a full color stilo, and this is basically like a multi-functional kind of pencil, but it's mainly used for the eyes, but today I'm gonna use it as a lip liner. This is the shade number 5, by the way, so hashtag 5. It's actually a darn good lip liner. And then we're taking the lip gloss and we're applying that. Oh, so beautiful. This is the finished look, and might I say that I am obsessed with myself right now. But yeah, this is the finished look. I really like the way that this is turning out. I really want to thank you guys so much for voting on my Instagram. Don't forget my Instagram is @peculiarline, just like my YouTube channel, and you can also find me on my blog, of course, which is peculiarline.com, and my TikTok, which is peculiarline as well. So everywhere I can be found as peculiarline. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I am definitely going to do like another Instagram chooses my makeup in the future. I think I even want to make this like a monthly thing, because I just really like the interaction with you guys, and then you can guys actually choose which products you want to see. So that's it for today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like or a comment down below and let me know what you think of this look, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!